Victoria and Kyle share a close encounter of the unnerving kind, and Nick gives into temptation. Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. Today on The Young and the Restless, Devin makes a stunning announcement. Kyle offers Victoria a shoulder to lean on, and Nick gives into temptation. Lily and Nate close a business deal at her penthouse and toast. Abby and Devin arrive, and Lily asks her brother why he wanted to meet. Devin has something to tell them that will change their lives. Devin announces that Dom's kidnapping made him want to be a better parent. He was focused on Winters instead of his son that day. That said, he'd be miserable even before that. He came up with 3 questions. What am I doing with my life? Does what I'm doing matter to anyone else other than the people closest to me? How am I making this world a better place? Nate thinks this sounds like a midlife crisis. Devin declares that he plans to step away from Winters and let Nate and Lily run it. He'll take his life and inheritance in a new direction by being hands-on and helping, so as to instill these values in Dom. He hopes they'll like his plan as much as he does. Devin's plan is to build a liberal arts college whose doors are open to anyone whether they can afford it or not. Abby explains that her husband has her wholehearted support. He says it will be called the Neil Winters College of Arts and Humanities. Lily hugs her brother with pride. Nate admits he was caught off guard, but says his cousin has his support. Lily teases that Nate will be the deal-maker now. Abby and Devin head out, and Lily asks Nate why he's been so quiet. Nate confesses he's worried about how it will affect him, but not in the way she thinks. At the Park Motel, the woman at Nick's door tells him she knows a fellow user when she sees one. Nick insists he's going back to rehab in the morning. Marie, after introducing herself, suggests he relax and enjoy her company. They could have the time of their lives. Nick keeps on about being clean, but Marie can tell it's only been a couple of hours. He invites her to a meeting. She laughs this off and tells him she's next door if he changes his mind. Nick stops her. Don't go. Nick just wants to talk, but Marie's not interested in being saved. She urges him to feed his cravings so he'll feel better and goes on about life being soul-crushing and how they just need a little break. Nick loves his life and wants to make it back. Marie wishes him luck and heads out the door again, saying, "If you change your mind." Once alone, Nick groans and grits his teeth while holding up a baggie of fentanyl. He flushes it as Marie returns for her key. Once she's gone, Nick looks at all the missed calls on his phone. His family is worried sick. Just then, he notices another bag of fentanyl on the bed. Damn it. At Crimson Lights, Jack and Kyle debate about going after Victor. Jack is taking a pause. Kyle admits Victoria wants to break the cycle too. Moments later, they find her weeping on the patio. Kyle, the boy genius, asks, "Are you crying?" She insists that she's okay, but they probe to find out what's wrong. Victoria explains that Nick checked himself out of rehab for a family event and has gone missing. Jack frets. He never connected with Nick because of Patty, but wanted to be his sponsor. He warns they won't hear from Nick until he's ready. When Jack steps away for a call, Kyle comforts Victoria and assures her that he'll back off on Victor. Victoria opens up to Kyle and breaks down over having to be strong for everyone. Kyle takes her into his arms. As they pull apart, their gazes meet and it looks like they're going to kiss. Jack, of course, interrupts. They decline his offer of dinner, and Jack assures Victoria that Nick is stronger than he knows. Back at the motel, Nick and Marie are flying high. She explains she got hooked on opioids after being rear-ended by a semi. Nick admits he got in an accident while playing the hero. She sighs. "You know we're never getting out of this, right?" He nods, "I know." At Society, Devin asks Abby to be completely honest. Did she really mean it when she said she wholeheartedly agreed with his decision? She assures him she meant every word. It brought him back to her. They kiss. At Lily's place, Nate confides in his cousin that he's been thinking about going back to medicine. Since Stephanie asked him to come back, he hasn't been able to get it out of his head. He wants to follow his true calling too, only now it may not be possible due to Devin leaving. On Crimson Light's patio, awkwardness ensues as Victoria stands to say goodbye to Kyle. as she admits he surprised her before and thanks him for letting her cry on his shoulder. A text comes in from Claire, which prompts them both to say they should be getting home. Victoria leaves Kyle wondering what just happened. At the motel, Nick giggles when Marie observes that he may not make it back to rehab in the morning. They talk about letting go and embracing the high and then start kissing. Nick rolls on top of her on the bed.